Hey, what's up? This is Chosen, and going to be joined by my friend and teammate here, Smiley, and we've kind of collaborated a little bit to come up with a website that we are finally able to get version 1.0 of live on the website. So we're just going to have a casual discussion about some of the values and some of the things that went into building this and some of the things that Smiley has tracked over the years when it comes to raid and calculating offers and all of that. So let's get into it. Alrighty, what's up, Smiley? How you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, it's always fun to kick it and chat for a little bit. Even though you screwed me over on the shards you pulled for me a few weeks ago, it's all right. We'll still bring you on the channel. We'll forgive you.
We got 2 Legos though, right?
Yeah. Now that I think about it, I remember, didn't we grade it like a 7 out of 10? It wasn't that bad.
Yeah,
It could have went worse for sure. But
yeah.
no. So I've got both the calculator on the site and also the spreadsheet behind the scenes that went into it. So do you now? I know you've been doing offers for a long time. Is there anything you want to kind of walk people through in terms of pricing? I know we were different on some things, and I know some things are really hard to price, like chaos ors are really hard to price. Chicken can be so much different from early game to end game, and multi battles are way different for PC users or mobile users. So you want to like walk through and give people like a general overarching thought process you were having for some of these?
Yeah, so I've been grading pack offers for about 2 to 3 years now, since I've been playing the game, and I've taken a screenshot of every single pack offer, and I just like to analyze what is the fair value ratio for these pack offers, and that's pretty much like how I gauge my pricings for every single resource in here. And I think for the most part, most of our values were very similar. I did take a look at yours and like just to compare, and like it was very, very similar actually. And some of the things we did have difference of, but it wasn't too big of a difference, and we came to an agreement on what would be a fair value for those. But as far as like multi battles, I never really wanted to give that a fair value offer because there's RSL helper that's actually currently down right now, and there's also auto clickers and whatnot available. But you did make a point that, and you actually proved with the polls that there are more people that play mobile than they play on PC. So, it kind of made me think more about it. And I'm like, okay, I can accept valuing the multi-battles. It makes sense. So as far as
one second. Sorry, that's a funny little side story that I want to clarify for people. I'll try to remember to pop it up on the screen. But the reason there's a community poll on my YouTube channel is because when me and Smiley were talking and collaborating, he didn't believe me on how the percentage of people of YouTube viewers that play on mobile. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna throw up a poll and we're gonna find out. So that's the backstory of why that poll is on the community tab. But anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's pretty funny though. Yeah, you did prove me wrong, but continuing. So as far as the pack offer prices for like ores, like you mentioned, it's really, really hard to grade, but I think we did the best we could off of what we've seen. And for the gear pack offers, they used to put in like energy and silver, a little bit more silver, but then they started replacing the energy and adding in the ores and taking off a little bit of silver. So that's kind of like the base that we went with to grade it. But there's also ores available in the clan shop that kind of made it easier for us to look at it and say, okay, maybe this is a fair price point for this. So that's kind of why we went $2 for the 6-star legendary ores and the $1.12, I believe, for the 6-star epic ores, which I think is a fair value price. As far as the there's actually one thing missing here, but like you said, we're still in the, was it alpha or the beta?
Version 1.0, and we'll see how it works. There's still some minor things I want to tweak on the website. Like we just worked on it last night, so yeah, there's going to be minor things that need to be adjusted all over the website. For Diablo raid and everything. There's going to be constant work going on, but it's nice to have it finally on there.
Yeah. So a lot of you might be wondering there's a lot of stuff in pack offers that you might not value, but for the sake of pricing out a pack offer, we kind of have to value everything, which is the reason why we ended up valuing the multi battles as well. It's only fair. But as far as some people might look at a sacred shard, for example, and it's $20 on market average value based off of what we've seen, and that would be something we consider average value. But at the same time, that doesn't necessarily mean that is a good value for it. You know, you kind of have to gauge on what you need and what you think is what you need on your account at the time. Because maybe there is a 2x summons going on and you really, really want to get something, then maybe that $20 average is a good deal to you in that scenario. But in most cases, for Sacred Shards especially, I would say for me personally, I wouldn't really like to touch it unless it's $12.50. But based off of market value average, it is a fair offer for $20. But that is going to be a preference, you know, player preference. And I don't know. Do you have any thoughts on that, Chosen?
Yeah, that's a great point. I'm glad you brought that up because, and we do have a caveat. Let's see if I can pull it up on the site. So we do have a caveat on here where it says some resources have a wide variance and everyone has a different value on currency based on their lifestyle. So this calculator is designed to help you determine if an offer is good, bad, or average compared to what you can typically expect to come through the shop in the game. So you said $12.50 for a Sacred Shard. I believe on my offer calculator that I personally made, I had like the Chosen's purchase price where like I would buy it and what it would have to cost for me personally to buy it, and I had it at 12. So yeah, you're right. Like we're like for me, my fair value of a Sacred Shard is a lot lower at like 12. But you're right, in the context of the game and what Plarium values it compared to the other offers and resources that they offer, we end up coming around $20. So you just gotta. It's really tough to get everything down to one number based on everybody's different value of currency and everyone's different value of resources where they're at in the game. And then if you want to value it based on how the offers shake out in game or based on what we would personally buy them for at the time, it gets really hard to do it perfectly. So we just end up basing it on if it's a good value compared to what you see or not.
Yeah, and a lot of other stuff as far as like the silver, especially the silver. If we go based off of the market average value for silver, based off what we've seen from the shop, the silver cost should be way higher than we have here. But we can't, like, silver pack offers in general are just garbage. You should just stay away from that in general. But if you ever see silver in a pack offer that could like contains ancient shards or sacred shards or whatnot, then that's when we use this offer that we have here, which is about 1 million silver per $1.20, which we think is a fair value offer for that or whatnot. So that's just an example there. And other things like potions, we try to narrow it down to the energy spent and do a lot of calculating behind the scenes on what that might be a fair value for that. So like Chosen said, there's no way we can make this perfect. We do it the best we can to our abilities. And at the end of the day, is it really worth it to you? That's what it comes down to. So this is just as like a guide to give you an idea for people that are, maybe there's a new pack offer in the game and you want to see, what other people's thoughts are on it as far as the value goes. And this is a really good example to use the calculator to see what we think on it. And yeah.
Yep, and also to add on the potions, they changed a lot in the last year or so. Whenever they added the potion keep 20s instead of the potion keep 15s, the values, like, because to Plarium's credit, they made potion acquisition a lot more energy efficient for mid-game and end-game players. So that definitely affected how the potions are going to be valued in the shop. And did you adjust it on your end as well when that happened?
Yeah, I actually did not grade potions at the time until the stage 20 came out. That's when I started to grade the potions, and actually people were asking me to do it, so I had to do it.
There you go. Very nice. Yeah, no, it's going to be an an ongoing process that'll have to be looked at, once a month and see about adjusting numbers. And your point on silver, it's always funny because, like, do you ever see like Raid Shadow Legends ads when you're like watching YouTube or whatever, and you'll see like these YouTubers promoting Raid Shadow Legends, and they'll be like, click my link and you'll get 1 ancient shard and 100,000 silver, and they talk about it like it's some epic amount of silver because they have no clue. They're like, you'll get 100,000 silver by using my link, and it's like, and then people that play Raid are like, dude, that's like 5 cents worth of silver.
Yeah, that's like enough to get it to maybe to level 12 or something.
Yeah, maybe it depends. I mean, sometimes not, but yeah, no, it's just funny. But yeah, did you have anything else you wanted to? I mean, that kind of covers the basics of what I wanted to go over, or anything else you wanted to walk people through, just to kind of keep people in the loop of the new offer calc on the site.
The only thing is, I guess, I mean, you've been covering pack offers as well on your own for the past 3 years as well, and I've been doing it also. And I think we found like a nice fair value for a really, really long time that's gonna hold out for a while. So over the year, I do try to adjust a little bit, and I'm sure you have as well over the course of 3 years. Like, because there's old pack offers that don't come out in the shop anymore. There's new pack offers that come in the shop now, and over time you kind of have to change up the value because based off what we see, the average value is no longer what it is or whatnot. But for the most part, I think this is going to be holding for a really long time. And yeah, I'm pretty satisfied and I'm really happy with this outcome of what we had so far.
Yeah, and I don't know how well they can see this in the video, but it does scrunch. See, like, so it'll move everything into one column. So this should be like mostly, we're trying to make it so it's like mobile friendly. So it'll shrink to fit everything in one column, and then as the screen gets wider, it'll put it to 2 columns. So hopefully for some of you that are trying to go to this on a mobile phone or something, it should still be at least usable for you. It might not look perfect, but it should still be at least usable is what our goal is. And we'll try to continue to innovate and keep working on it and work with Smiley and try to get these offers or keep these numbers as accurate as we can. But yeah, anyway, thanks for joining me, Smiley. I will link to Smiley's channel down below. You definitely want to check out his raid content as well. And yeah, have a good one, man. Thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having me.